What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Cardinal Red, and we back for some more of that Ali Land boxing talk, people. And today we talking Manny Pacquiao's next fight. Top 5 welterweights at PBC. Alright, y'all. The fight was this past weekend. A lot of news going on. A lot of news surrounding Pacquiao, a lot of news surrounding Broner, a lot of news surrounding Mayweather. And now, everybody's talking about who's going to be Pacquiao's next opponent. And, the great thing about PBC, which stopped being so great about Top Rank, is that they hold all the cards in the welterweight division. Top Rank has, second tier welterweights. The Zone has third tier welterweights. And PBC holds, the number one welterweights, all the number one welterweights. And it's kind of crazy that PBC, how they pulled that off. And I seen a video of Bob Arum, pretty hot. He was saying Al Heyman is ruining boxing. In a way, he's doing innovative things in boxing. And Top Rank is doing old things in boxing. The only problem I see is he's giving these guys a lot of money for lackluster fights, and they're not really performing at high levels. And a lot of these guys are just not sellable yet. Not saying they won't ever be sellable, but they're not sellable yet. Now let's focus on Manny Pacquiao and his next fight. To me, his next fight should be his last fight. His next fight should bring him a huge amount of money. His name is now the biggest name next to another name I'm going to mention in the sport of boxing right now. I know everybody says it's still Mayweather, but Mayweather's washed up, man. Okay, and his next fight, he has plenty of options here. More options than any boxer should ever have. Alright, let's start at who I feel like is number 5 on this list. The number 5 welterweight to me at PBC is Shawn Porter. I only say Shawn Porter. He has a few losses. He has one loss. I should be looking up his record, but I'm trying to make this a short video. So I'll put Shawn Porter at number 5. Not all around at PBC as a welterweight, but on the list for Pacquiao to fight next. He's a strong fighter, come forward style fighter. Would be a perfect fight for Pacquiao. I think Pacquiao beats him because of his style. I think it's a war because of Shawn Porter's style. It would be pretty fan-friendly, not very sellable on pay-per-view. So that's why I put him at number 5. Next would be, at number 4, would be Mikey Garcia. Great opponent, like Mikey. Great attitude, man. Great personality. Excellent fighter, very skilled. Going to be one of the next big names in boxing with a win or a loss to Errol Spence. I put him at number 4 on the Pacquiao list because he's not sellable on pay-per-view yet. Would be a better fight, than some of the higher ranked guys, but he's not sellable on pay-per-view yet, so I have to put him at number 4. Number 3 would be Keith Thurman. Not a big Keith Thurman fan. A lot of people like Thurman. A lot of people think he is the top guy there. He's just been very inactive here lately. I think he's kind of skilled. He's tall. But I think he actually should be ranked a little lower than what he is, because he built up a record, and it basically took 2 years off so he wouldn't have to fight certain people. And I don't think that's a good way of padding your record. But this is what Floyd Mayweather has started. I put him in number 3 because he's not very sellable on pay-per-view. It would be a pretty good fight, but I think Pacquiao's speed overcomes his length. Number 2, I would put Errol Spence. Very good fighter, big, strong, likable guy. I like Errol Spence, you know. I feel like he could give Pacquiao problems with his size and strength. But I think I'm a speed beats power guy. And I feel like Pacquiao's speed, if on point for 12 rounds, beats Errol Spence's power. I think Errol Spence is very sellable on pay-per-view at this point. I think Errol Spence is what a lot of people want to see. I don't really want him to fight Errol Spence because I don't want it to be a situation of Errol Spence possibly getting to build his name off of Pacquiao. But if this is a passing of the torch fight, then, and Pacquiao doesn't mind it being a passing of the torch fight, I can see it working. Not a huge selling event on pay-per-view, but more sellable than the other guys. And number 1, now, actually I'm going to put 2 point something because it has to be mentioned. Terrence Crawford is still out there. He's a sellable fight because Top Rank knows how to sell a pay-per-view. Top Rank knows how to market these fights when they're high level. Top Rank has been in the Pacquiao business. Do I feel like it sells? I feel like Terrence Crawford's name's not there yet. I feel like Bob Arum has said that his matchmakers feel like Pacquiao can still beat Crawford easily. And that's one of the reasons that they haven't matched him up yet. And I feel like Pacquiao has problems with Crawford, but walks him down in a 12-round decision. I don't think he knocks him out, but, you know, gets him in a 12-round decision. Don't think it's a great retirement fight, but it's a fight that's out there. I know he's not a PBC fighter, is why I put him at 2 point whatever. All right, number 1, of course, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now, I just read an article, some things said by Leonard Ellaby about the Mayweather match and Pacquiao's next fight. He was saying that Pacquiao has plenty of options, but Floyd Mayweather isn't one. But he's the monkey in the room, so we're going to throw a banana at him. Alright, so of course number 1 is going to be Floyd Mayweather. Big pay-per-view seller. Possible million buys. Possible more than 1 million buys. Big purse. Great fight to retire on. But I don't see it being a good fight anymore. With the performance that Pacquiao put up versus Adrian Broner, even with the flu, a scratched cornea, and chasing this man around the ring all night, he still put up a magnificent performance and managed to dominate every round of the AB fight. And AB was using a very similar style to Floyd Mayweather. Not saying Floyd Mayweather isn't taller than Adrian Broner, which plays a bigger factor. And I don't think people know why, but it's because of how the Philly roll or Philly shell / shoulder roll works. It's the way you tuck your hands, and you're supposed to tuck your chin into it, but because Broner's a smaller fighter, he can't tuck his chin properly and cover his face properly for some reason. That's just a flaw in his style. And Mayweather's a taller fighter, so he really doesn't have to tuck his chin. He can just stick his chin back. And since Pacquiao's arms are so short, he can't really punch up and completely catch Mayweather. That's the reason he was having a hard time knocking him out in the first fight. So, I mean, very sellable fight, very interesting if it happens. Do I see it happening? Not if Manny Pacquiao's the A side. If Pacquiao's the A side, I don't think it happens. Very, very sellable on pay-per-view. Like I said, very great retirement fight. But there is a wild card. And my real number one, and he's not a PBC fighter, is Saul Canelo Alvarez. Now, I know a lot of people have said he is too big, too strong. He would crush Pacquiao. Now, what people are forgetting is he's already fought Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather kind of dispatched of him pretty fast at 147. I think that was at 140. It might have been at a catch weight, 150-something pounds. It actually might have been at 155 now that I think about it. But he still dispatched of him pretty easily, which makes me very curious about a Pacquiao-Canelo Alvarez fight, because it was mentioned years ago but just never came to fruition. It would not be above 155 pounds. There would be a no rehydration clause. But the only reason I keep bringing this fight up is because Pacquiao needs to retire now. He doesn't need to keep trying to chase down a Mayweather fight. He doesn't need to pay Mayweather anymore. You don't owe Mayweather anything. And, you know, you're the cash cow of boxing, and you've been the cash cow of boxing for 20 years. And he needs to stop letting these people milk him. He needs to go after the money that he deserves and then get out of the sport before somebody younger is able to make a name off of him. I wouldn't mind if he lost to Canelo Alvarez. I just want him to go after the fight that's going to generate him the most money that he can retire on. You know, it shouldn't be about him destroying himself anymore for fans. I don't want to see him. He's 40 years old, man. What else should he have to prove to the fans? That's a ridiculous argument. He has nothing else to prove in the sport. He needs the biggest fight to retire on, and it's not the Mayweather fight. It's the Canelo Alvarez fight. Canelo is the biggest draw in boxing. Biggest pay-per-view seller, biggest name out there. I'm going to leave it there, man, because I don't want to ramble on. Hit that description box for Boxing Gear. If you want to be part of the Ali Land boxing community, head over to the community section, holler at me, man. If you know any homeless people, man, 1 minute of your life could save a life. Along with some leftovers, man. So give up a minute and save a life, man. If you ain't got nothing else to tell them about, talk about boxing, man. Corner Red, Ali Land Boxing Talking. We at